Hey guys, Coupons Provide here, and today I'm coming at you guys with a planner staple DIY video featuring repurposed products that you probably didn't think to use. I've seen these gold themed products a lot lately, so I had to come up with an adorable and affordable substitution for you guys. The best part is that this project came in under $1, guys. That's exactly right, under $1. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Since we're doing a gold theme, we're going to go ahead and work in our gold pattern Target Dollar Spot binder planner, and we're going to be using some basic supplies like scissors, a pin, a hole punch, some double-sided tape or adhesive, and anything gold that you want to have as your accent. Now the fun part is using our repurposed products, which is going to be a set of 2 chopping mats. We're actually using only one for this project, so that's a cost of about 50 cents, and some body tattoos that you can find at your local dollar store for $1. We're only going to be using a couple, so you could definitely get other projects out of this one product. So with this one piece, we are going to create 3 staple products that we could put into our binder and use long term. We're going to be using one section for a divider sheet. We're going to be using another section for a notepad holder sheet, and the last one is going to be our dashboard. So most likely you have some of those boring divider pockets in your binder already, but we're going to be using those simple divider pockets as a guide to trace out our spaces. Your first one is going to be just a simple tracing of the folder because that's going to be our divider sheet. And then we're going to extend that line all the way across, and that's going to be our notepad holder. And then we're simply going to take our scissors and cut. I do suggest using scissors because with a blade it is very slippery and it will probably give you some uneven cuts. Just one thing to remember, guys, is that this is a fairly hard plastic, so you will have some sharp corners. You can take the curved corners that they provide for you in the actual mat and use that to kind of curve out the cut corners that you made. Now the fun part, we're going to go ahead and begin embellishing with our gold product. You can use gold foil washi, some glitter washi, but I actually saved the product packaging strips that came in my Michaels 150 spot tassels. That's right, I hold on to scraps. And this is the exact reason why. I feel like it's going to add a very sturdy, durable, pretty touch of gold to the spine of my divider. Simply run your adhesive down the side and put your product, and then trim it down and punch your holes. It is that simple, guys. And I mean, come on, you can't beat free, right? Don't forget to use your folder as your guide or anything that you already use in your binder because it's just going to make those holes nice and even for you. Fun fact, guys, a little light bulb went off in my head when I saw Pretty and Flawed do her Recollections planner supply haul from Michaels, and the second I saw the gold, I had to do this DIY. So we're going to go ahead and move on to adding the embellishment to our divider sheet. Now I love working with body tattoos on product like this because I feel like it adds just that perfect amount of bling for very little cost and you get so much product. So I'm basically cutting the strip, and you want to make sure that when you make your cut of your tattoo that you get as close to the line as possible because that is going to be your guide. Also, whenever you are pushing down and applying the water, you want to make sure that you start from the center and work your way out on the first application. That's going to avoid any wrinkles. Now as that dries, we're going to go ahead and begin working on our dashboard. I'm simply taking my little folder as a guide to kind of see where I want to allow some space to not be covered where the holes are going to be punched. So I'm simply not folding my piece all the way over. I'm just allowing some space for the holes to be punched and the rings to sit there comfortably. Now if you have a bone folder, whatever you want to call it, you could definitely use that, but guys, I am not about the tools. I just use what I got. I use my scissors, I use my hole punch handle, it doesn't matter, just use it. It is a hard plastic product, so it's gonna be a little loose in the beginning, but as you kind of put some wear into it, it will sit nice and comfortably. I know because I actually introduced this product in my planner line about 2 years ago, so yeah, I can kind of vouch for how it works. Anyway, we are going to take our washi this time just to offer you guys a little bit of an alternative to see what it looks like, and we're going to use that as our gold embellishment by simply taking 2 strips and putting it on either side of the sheet. We're going to trim it down, and it's pretty simple to see the hole, so I just kind of squeeze it and punch the holes without the guide. Not that big a problem, and it came out great. Now once we have our holes punched, we're going to go ahead and try to cut in a curve, which is going to allow us to have a flap to hold the dashboard shut. You guys know in my planner videos, I do not like exposed open face dashboards because sticky notes and notepads and whatnots just kind of fall apart with all the movement. So I'm taking a piece of washi and kind of doing a half circle, and that's just going to allow the front cover to hold shut. Pretty simple. I got the idea from a cereal box. We're going to pick out our gold tattoo embellishment or whatever color embellishment you want, and we're going to go ahead and put that on the inner cover of the dashboard. Now I put it on this side because if you put it on the front flap, it kind of has to fold onto and kind of hang over the lip, and I just didn't want to go through all that hassle, but feel free to do so because you will have to cut the tattoo once it is applied without ripping it, and that gets kind of hard. So I did take my blade and simply cut the tattoo where the ring was. I feel like that was minimal damage, and you just let that sit aside and dry. While that dries, we're going to go ahead and work on our notepad insert, and I'm simply cleaning up the edge to kind of take off the marker. And you're going to take your adhesive, whether it be double-sided tape, super glue, whatever you want to use, and your gold embellishment piece, and add simply the same border as you did on the other ones. We're kind of trying to make this kind of coordinated and cohesive. So on the front, I used the product packaging, and on the back, I used some shimmery gold. I just think it's a little fun to kind of throw in texture and color variation. So whether you put the holes on the bottom or the top, it's kind of the same. It'll all fit in the same way. Just make sure you check first before punching your holes. You always want to check before you make anything too permanent. Once that is done, we're going to go ahead and begin adding some finishing touches by cleaning up some edges and trimming. And we're going to go ahead and add a thin layer of clear polish to our body tattoos. This is actually going to seal the tattoo in place so it doesn't come off with rubbing. And you want to make sure you don't put too many strokes in one spot because it will begin to remove the color of the tattoo. So as you saw in the lower left hand corner, that is actually my son. Fun fact, the reason I do not do real-time videos is because not only is he sitting right next to me explaining to me all the logic behind his Lego robotics and whatnots, I also have 4 other children running around and doing things around me. So yeah, if you ever wondered why I don't do real time, that's why. If I did, I'd never get a video done. So moving on to the next spot, we're going to go ahead and begin adding our notepads to the notepad insert. Now, unfortunately, guys, I think the Target dollar spot has gotten really shady with their notepads because they seem to just fall apart. I'm not a fan, but that print though, isn't it cute? So you guys saw me haul these page flags from the new 150 spot from Studio G at the Michaels stores, and I love them. And I figured since we were going with a gold theme, why not do gold and black? So we're going to begin filling our dashboard, which is probably one of the more fun parts of the dashboard process. I'm keeping my backing on my page flags because I want that extra durability, and I'm simply going to take some of the adhesive, roll it down the back, and stick it to the dashboard. Now the greatest part about this whole thing is that since it is a plastic, you could peel it up, and if you have any residue left over time changing out your different products, guys, grab you some Goo Gone, grab some soap and water, some nail polish remover, whatever magical cure you have to remove goop, and use it because it is a plastic, so you can do that. Now, if you are new to my channel, guys, and you've never seen one of my planner videos, I will leave that linked in the description box below for you so you can kind of get a glimpse of the stuff that I do, and I will leave some clips at the end of the video. So we're going to go ahead and begin adding them into our binder, and you can already tell that on top of those basic sheets, it adds a great touch of texture and color and bling, and I love it. So that is it for today's planner staple DIY video, guys. Again, coming in at under $1. And here you can see that I actually did double of the products. So I actually got my full dollar's worth out of my cutting mats. And with all the fancy gold products coming out, I definitely had to give you guys an affordable and adorable alternative to incorporate into your own planners and just kind of get a kick out of what you are able to create. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Google+ at Coupons Provide. And don't forget, guys, keep couponing. Bye!